Is Klingon society built upon a lie? A shocking Star Trek theory suggests so. A shocking new Star Trek theory suggests that Klingon society is built upon a lie. One of the Star Trek franchise's most popular alien races, the warlike but honor-bound Klingons, have been in turn friends and villains to the Federation. Much of the Klingon way of life originates with Kallus, but in Star Trek #30, some new and potentially devastating revelations about him come to light. Star Trek #30 is written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly and drawn by Travis Mercer. In the previous issue, Sisko anointed Kallus II, the original's clone, the new emissary. Kallus II then experiences a vision of his namesake in prehistoric times as he forged Klingon society. Kallus II sees that the common myth of the honorable Kallus who forged a blade in the fires of a volcano and slayed the tyrant Mauler may have been a lie. Instead of a vision of glory and honor, Kallus II sees nothing but death and misery. The Klingons were introduced early in the original Star Trek's run, and have gone on to become one of the franchise's most recognizable antagonists. Originally depicted as run-of-the-mill humanoid aliens, the Klingons did not obtain their trademark forehead ridges until 1979's Star Trek, the motion picture. When the Klingons first appeared, they were intended, alongside the Romulans, to be the enemy. Classic Star Trek show the Klingons as savages, with only one goal: total conquest of the galaxy. There was little flexibility in how the Klingons were portrayed. They were evil, and that was it. Fans learned that the Klingons were now allies of the Federation, and as such, this led to a change in how they were depicted. All of that changed with the premiere of Star Trek: The Next Generation in 1987. The show, set several decades after the days of Kirk and Spock, introduced Worf, the first Klingon to serve in Starfleet. Fans learned that the Klingons were now allies of the Federation, and as such, this led to a change in how they were depicted. The edges the Klingons displayed in the original series were now smoothed over, replaced with the honor-bound warriors that fans have come to love. This shift in attitudes towards the Klingons helped set The Next Generation apart from its predecessor, as Star Trek: The Next Generation, as well as Deep Space Nine, moved the Klingons away from their original portrayals. The concept of honor was introduced into their society. While never outright stated, it is this idea of honor that holds Klingons together. Without it, the warmongering Klingons would have destroyed each other before they ever developed warp drive. The Klingon conception of honor guides their behaviors, both in their personal lives and on the battlefield, and this idea was introduced into their society by one man, Kallus. In Star Trek, the Klingons pride themselves on honor, glory, and the warrior's path, a cultural identity that seems unshakable. But what if everything we know about Klingon society is built upon a lie? A fan theory gaining traction among Trekkies suggests that the foundation of the Klingon Empire may be less about ancient honor and more about political manipulation and historical revisionism. This theory hinges on one shocking idea: that Kallus the Unforgettable, the revered figure who supposedly united Kronos through strength and morality, was either a mythologized version of a real but flawed man, or worse, a complete fabrication. The very fact that a clone of Kallus was introduced in Star Trek: The Next Generation rightful heir opens the door to speculation. If the Klingon High Council was willing to install a clone as a symbolic emperor to inspire the people, it suggests they may have manipulated the original narrative of Kallus to begin with. This wouldn't be the first time a regime rewrote its history to control a populace. The Klingon Empire, rife with internal corruption, family dishonor cover-ups, and power-hungry politics, has repeatedly shown that its leaders are not above deception for the sake of stability. Consider Worf's own experiences. The Council covered up the Khitomer massacre truth and scapegoated his family to preserve political alliances. If such lies can be told in the present, why not in the past? Another curious element is the near-religious reverence for honor, even when it's inconsistently applied. Klingons who show true personal integrity, like Worf, are often ostracized, while those who maneuver through dishonorable tactics rise in power. Could it be that the Klingon concept of honor was manufactured as a tool to control warriors and mask centuries of elite corruption? If Klingon culture is built upon a manipulated mythos, then the very identity of its people has been weaponized. Their pride, their traditions, even their wars, may serve not truth, but a carefully